Hello and welcome to the first stop on our virtual whistle stop tour, and we are in Surry County today. My name is Nikki Johnson, Executive Director of the North Carolina Small Grain Growers Association. Each year, your assessment dollars help fund these research field days. And even though you can't be in the field today to see the research being done, we hope that you find these videos as a good alternative to still get the information that you need from the comfort of your own home. We hope you enjoy today's topics and you find them informative and educational. I would like to thank NC State University and Dr. Angela Post and her team for continuing their research and filming these videos so that we can provide you with the information that you need to help on your farm. Today's Whistle Stop Tour will be published in our weekly Wheat Beat, as well as uploaded to our website at ncwheat.com and our NC Small Grain Growers Facebook page. So be sure to check it out, share it with others, and enjoy from the comfort of your own home. And as always, if we can ever help in your area, please let us know. Stay home, stay healthy, and stay safe.
Hi, my name is Tim Hambrick. I'm the Extension Agent here in Surry County, and I want to welcome you all to our field day. It's a little different this year than it has been in the past. In fact, I've never done one like this, but we're going to hope for the best. So anyway, we've got several things for you to see, and you've got several people for you to hear from. But out here today, we've got multiple nitrogen rates, we've got different split applications, we've got some growth regulator, and you'll be able to see some of the results off all of those things. We've also got some yield estimates that'll let you know what these different nitrogen rates are doing as far as yield goes. So sit back, enjoy yourself, learn a little bit about wheat and some things that can help you on next year's crop.
Hi, my name is Kevin Brown. I'm barn owner with my dad in Triple B Farms. We're located in Surry County, which kind of at the foot of the Pilot Mountain. Some of the crops that we grow are tobacco, which we have about 150 acres. We've got a couple of hundred acres of wheat, also a little over 500 acres of soybeans, got 10 acres of strawberries and a few hundred head of cattle. So that's kind of our operation in a nutshell. Basically, farming has been in my family this is the fourth generation, and we're in a rural community that agriculture is a big part of this community. And again, one of the joys that I have about farming is being able to, as like many of you guys, being able to start a crop fresh and new every year, and then to watch it grow, to do what we can to kind of do our part and let the good Lord do the rest. And then at the end of the year, hopefully we have a good harvest, and it's been a good year. I know these have been some tough years for farmers, but like any other farmer, we're very resilient and we hope for better days. So I'd like to thank NC State for coming out, for all they do, for the resources that they give us. Without their help and without their assistance, it would be tough on us farmers to continue to pursue further ahead and be the leaders in the world of agriculture. Thank you.
Hey, I'm Ryan Heidegger. I'm the official variety program director at NC State University. Here to talk to you today about what we have for variety out here in this field. Farmer here planted Syngenta's SY Viper. It's a very high yielding variety that's been in the top yield group for the last 2 years for the OVT. Didn't quite get there last year, but it's been a very strong high yielding variety. A couple watch outs for this variety. It's moderately susceptible to leaf rust. We've started to see some leaf rust come into areas of the state, mostly out east. So it's something that you want to keep an eye out for if you start seeing it come in when we start getting a little warmer in the 80-90 degree range. The other watch out for this variety is its susceptibility to head scab. It's moderately susceptible based off of our data, the misted inoculated nurseries that Dr. Murphy and Dr. Christina Calgary performed over the last couple of years. Because it's moderately susceptible to head scab and because it's in the middle of flowering, if we start getting into a rainy period, you may want to consider applying a scab fungicide such as Prosaro, Carumba, or Miravisace. Along with the diseases that I've talked about, we also want to start scouting for cereal leaf beetle in this field. This is about the time that we'll see cereal leaf beetle larvae start appearing on the flag leaf. If we get to threshold levels, we may want to consider putting out an insecticide to keep that cereal leaf beetle pressure down and to prevent any kind of flag leaf damage from that pest. This field in particular has not been sprayed for cereal leaf beetle because we have not seen threshold levels of cereal leaf beetle appear on the flag leaves. There's an excellent YouTube video that's been put out on what the cereal leaf beetle threshold is, and you can find that at the link below.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Angela Post, your Small Grains Extension Specialist from North Carolina State University. As you can see, I have my COVID 2020 haircut and I'm out here doing the whistle stop tours for you virtually in the field at Triple B Farms today. And we're looking at a field of Viper that was planted on October 24th. This field received 35 pounds of nitrogen up front as well as additional phosphorus and potassium. But what we're looking at today are different nitrogen top dress rates with and without a Palisade application, and also some different levels of split and different timings of split to understand how that might impact your yield potential. We'll start today with a plot that has only 35 pounds of nitrogen applied. That's only the amount of nitrogen applied at planting, and we didn't apply any more nitrogen to that strip so that we could see what the grower would expect if he did not get in to top dress his wheat. And for that particular strip, we would expect about 55 bushel wheat. Okay, so that's a little lower than what the grower would typically expect in this field. He would be wanting 65 to 70 bushel wheat. After his initial application of 35 units, we put out an additional 60 in a split of 2. On March the 2nd, we put 60 pounds of nitrogen, and then again on March 19th, 60 additional units went out, for a total of up to 150 pounds at this location. When you grow intensively managed wheat like that, sometimes it's important to apply a plant growth regulator. The current plant growth regulator labeled for wheat in North Carolina is Palisade, and we apply that at a full rate of 14.4 ounces per acre. That's been applied here in 2 of the strips, one at 90 pounds of top dress per acre plus the Palisade, and one at 120 pounds of top dress per acre plus the Palisade. And that was an early top dress application, March the 2nd, and the Palisade was applied on the same day. Our yield projections for this location range anywhere from 55 bushel with no additional nitrogen all the way up to 97 bushel with the highest rate of nitrogen, 120 pounds of top dress applied on March the 2nd with no split. And so that is significantly higher than what the grower would typically expect in this field, but also a higher, more intensively managed wheat than what would generally be grown in this region of the state. Those plots that received a 60-pound nitrogen rate at top dress are some of the lower yield estimations that we have. For example, the plot that received only 60 pounds of top dress on March the 2nd is expected to yield around 57 bushels per acre. And the plot that received a 60-pound split, so that's 60 pounds on March 2nd and 60 pounds on March 19th, only gained 3 bushel. They're expected to yield about 60 bushels per acre. And then as we move up into the 90 and 120 mark, we start to see yields in the mid-70s, so 76 bushels per acre, where we had a 90 plus 30 pound split, and 79 bushels per acre where we had a 90-pound top dress rate plus the Palisade on March the 2nd. The highest yielding plot that we've estimated at this location is the plot where we applied the highest amount of nitrogen. It was 120 pounds of nitrogen applied at top dress with no split. If we look at the corresponding plot that received 90 and 120 pounds of nitrogen but no Palisade, we can see that the Palisade reduced the height of the wheat. For the 90-pound rate, we reduced the height of the wheat by only 1 inch. Remember, these nitrogen applications were made on the same day as the Palisade. For the 120 pounds of nitrogen per acre, we reduced the height of the wheat by 4 inches. So this is really important to think about those things being applied on the same day and how much difference we see in the height of that wheat. In intensively managed wheat, you really want to consider a plant growth regulator when you have high tiller count, because you can impact the strength of that stem at the base between nodes 2 and 3 or nodes 1 and 2, depending on what timing you made the application, and you can prevent lodging when you have high wind events. And we have had some high wind events that have come through the area over the last couple of weeks. So that has been important for intensively managed wheat to keep it standing longer. With the highest nitrogen rate at 120 pounds of top dress on March the 2nd, we had one plot that had Palisade applied and one plot that did not. Remember I said that you seen a 4-inch reduction with that Palisade application. In this case, we also see a reduction in the yield estimations between those two plots. For example, the 120 pounds with no Palisade is estimated right now to yield 97 bushel, but with the Palisade application, we have an estimation of 74 bushels per acre. So that's a fairly significant yield reduction, but remember that Palisade is meant to help your standability. So if you have a 95 bushel wheat crop and it's laying on the ground, you may not be able to pick all that up versus a 75 or 80 bushel wheat crop that is all still standing, that will really make the difference in your yield. Right now, the wheat is looking excellent out here in the Piedmont of North Carolina, and we're also seeing excellent temperatures, good day and nighttime temperatures for grain fill, so that we will have high quality wheat available at the end of the season.